Alright, starting off round 1 against Okami5567, and I've decided to go first, and I have opened no rookie, which is terrible because I don't get to draw going first. So we're just going to hatch a Tanamon, and thankfully I do have a 4-cost Vegemon to go ahead and get a reasonably cheap and fairly powerful as well. Vegemon actually has 6,000 power, 6,000 DP, as there was some pre-release misinformation or errors or whatnot. But anyway, Vegemon does indeed have 6,000 DP for a 4-cost champion. Pretty good. So if I'm going to have to make a play that doesn't involve playing a rookie on my first turn, that would be pretty okay. He is also playing green and gets a Kokuamon down, which is a 1-cost evolution. Kind of hate to play that going first because, you pass her with 1 and don't get a champion out, but going second it's usually perfectly fine, and Kokuamon does have a very nice inheritable skill as well, especially for green. Passes it over with 1 as he plays down a 4-cost Mimi, and I'm kind of not having a lot of good stuff to go with here. We're just going to pay 2 to evolve Lilymon and draw, of course. Unfortunately, passing over with 1 is great, but he sure did throw down a Mimi first turn. And Mimi, one of her effects is that if you start your turn with 2 or less memory, you automatically go to 3, so you always have at least a little bit to work with. Great investment these booster tamers are. Raises out the Kokuamon, and see what he wants to do from here with the 3 memory that Mimi got him. So these tournaments, by the way, are kind of early in the morning for the US, so yeah, we had some just waking up. Play Digivolves into Togemon, looks for an Ultimate or Mega, unfortunately does not find at the top 3. I personally I think I am 1 for my lifetime on all of these look at the top X effects, so that's why I don't play them in this deck. Unfortunately, we kind of see there Togemon does essentially nothing, and now it's just 4,000 power, and kind of wishes it was a Vegemon, but it's fine. It works sometimes if you build your deck for it. Anyway, thinking about what he wants to do, I do not have a Mimi yet in play, so he can still stick me over with just 1 or 2 memory and not give me a whole lot to work with. I do have Grand Kawaga in the hand, which would be great. Plays a Flower Cannon, which is not really going to have any effect, unfortunately, as he won't be able to attack in. That'll end his turn, but basically all it'll really do is pass it over with 1 memory, which is a valid strategy, as opposed to hard passing and setting me to 3. I'm going to go ahead and get out Grand Kawagamon right now, just to establish the first Mega on board. He's going to be set to 3 for Mimi anyway, so may as well pay 4 to get the big boy out there. And really, this is all I need, right? I've got Grand Kawagamon, I've got Lilymon and the evolution sources to be able to chain rest. We've already got 2 of the actually, yeah, both Dimension Scissor are already in the hand, which is why I cut down to just 2. And passes it over to him. Probably going to be hatching an egg momentarily. But he's going to just hard drop down his own Grand Kawagamon, hard casting it for a 13 entry cost, setting me all the way to 10. Again, there's some issues with Octagon. At some point during this match, I find out that you could hit F10 to sort of recenter the board and make everything nice and hunky-dory, but I am at 10. I do not currently have, however, any rookies or any way to rest his stuff. He forgot to do his raising phase there, so I let him go ahead and catch up on that. It's going to be pretty relevant, especially with Mimi on board and now having a level 5 or higher. Top deck's a Mimi, which is not particularly what we need, so I'm just going to use this turn, I think, to play out a bunch of good stuff and go from there. Definitely want to get at least 1 Mimi down so we can, avoid getting past 1 or 2 memory, and that'll be great. I can actually, well, I can't really use Mimi's other effect yet because, I don't have a rookie to move out. Just go ahead and play down a Woodmon for 5. He's got blocker, so he'll be able to maybe stop too much damage coming my way. Grand Kawagamon, of course, does have Pierce, so won't be able to do that. I just get down double Mimi because there's not really anything else I want to do. I want to keep this Kabuterimon in my hand to, if I do draw into a rookie, like, we can go ahead and get some, chain evolution going on there and refill the hand a little bit. Double Mimi is kind of diminishing returns, so we can't set memory to 3 twice. But it is nice just to be able to really churn stuff out of the raising area and maybe let me catch back up in this game. I guess right now our boards are honestly pretty even. I'm actually ahead. I don't feel like I'm ahead because I haven't been able to evolve any rookies, or evolve into any rookies. I haven't seen one all game, but hopefully they got to be. We got what 35 cards left in deck, and I think we've got 12, 13, so 12 rookies I think in this deck. So hopefully we got one coming up soon. If not, then we'll continue to deal with it, and I would also love to get a Flower Cannon or Mega Electroshocker, either one, to go ahead, and I actually would be able to not quite wipe the board. I wouldn't be able to play Dimension Scissor as well. It just throws down another Grand Kuaga, and there's a Tentomon Evolution. We'll draw a card. Draws a Kabuterimon, so 1 cost evolve and draw. Now, because we do have Grand Kuaga out, and we've got something that can actually put in the raising area, or brought out of the raising area, we're going to go ahead and use both Mimis to really go ahead and get some stuff going on, and starting to build a lot of guys out. Going to use this memory that was passed to me for sure. There's a Mega Electroshocker, feels good. And yeah, I've got 7 memory left, and I can actually Mega Electroshocker and then Dimension Scissor, and that's going to make it pretty rough on him, as we're going to pay 3 to rest the Grand Kuagamon with Mega Electroshocker, which is basically just the 5th Flower Cannon, of course, and then Dimension Scissor, power up Grand Kuagamon so that every time he takes down an opposing Digimon, he gets to stand again and go on the attack. So proceed to wipe board unless something happens out of the security cards. So we'll swing in with, I believe, yep, 15k, Pierce, and rest the other Grand Kuaga. A lot of effects going off all at the same time. Lilymon's affecting the evolution sources. When you attack, you get to rest one of your opponent's Digimon, so it's just a perfect chain going on. It looks like we got a Kabuterimon from the security, takes out the other Grand Kuagamon and another meaningless security guy, and Togemon gets rested, of course. Once again, because Lilymon is not once per turn, you can just throw down as many as you want, as many times as you can attack, and this is pretty much the perfect combo. Gets a Grand Kuaga in security. Thank goodness I've got the plus 4,000 on my turn. And yeah, there's actually another Mega in security, and I believe that's going to pretty much wrap us up here, as yeah, we were actually in the first game able to get off a Dimension Scissor plus rest combo, courtesy, of course, of getting past a butt-ton of memory, twice, no less. So yeah, hard casting Grand Kuaga for 13. It gets him on the board, but it doesn't get Lilymon on the evolution sources, which really sucks, and obviously it set us up with plenty of memory to work with there. So we take a pretty quick game 1, and looks like he's going to be going first. This time we do have a rookie, so I'm feeling a little bit better about that. Already got Flower Cannon and Dimension Scissor in the hand. I got Digitalmon, who isn't terrible to get down early as well. He's going to start us off with a Tentomon Evolution. So he's not rookie locked either, and also gets the early Mimi, so that's typically pretty good just to make sure stuff isn't bad. So pass it over to us with 4. The counter is again a bit wonky. I think I fixed this in future games, but it's bear with us for this time. So memory's currently at 4, and we got some decent stuff we can do. So we will get to draw because we're going second. Draws into a Woodmon, so that's cool. We'll go ahead and get Palmon evolved down there and draw for that. And then I can either evolve into Woodmon or get Digitalmon out. I can actually do both if I want to, and just evolve into Digitalmon, which is worth consideration. I decide, however, that I would rather go ahead and get Mimi out. Mimi will become live next turn as I'm able to raise out this Woodmon and then Digivolve it into Digitalmon. And I'll guaranteed have enough memory to do that and not in my turn, because Mimi will set me to 3 at the very worst. So he's got a Mimi I definitely want to answer with my own, and I'm probably going to be able to get a little more mobility out of my Mimi right now. So let's see what he's going to evolve into. Definitely going to raise out that Tentomon, of course, during the raising phase, and see where he can evolve from there. We got a Kabuterimon for 1, bringing him down to 2 memory. Don't really expect to see... Actually, there could be an attack this turn, I suppose. Might be a little bit risky. Generally, Green does like to build up 2 Megas before you really start swinging, but I suppose he could. Looks like he is, in fact, going to go ahead and swing at security and just hits a Tentomon, so that's cool. Goes ahead and lops that off. However, that does bring a guy out here at rest. Broadcasts a Palmon, looks for a champion, does get a champion in the form of Togemon, and the Grand Kuagamon and Okuamon go to the bottom of the deck. Probably never to be seen again in this game, but, you know, at least there's not time-wasted shuffling, right? So over to me, top decks a Kokuamon, raises out the Woodmon, and I can go ahead and get Digitalmon. I am at least set to 3 memory, and there's not a whole lot else I necessarily want to do right here. There's already a guy rested, so I do definitely want to go ahead and take him out, as we are going to go ahead and attack him with Digitalmon to borrow 3 memory, and... Let's see, we're checking here if we did stuff right, and looks like we did. Mimi was able to hatch me an additional egg right there, which went ahead and evolved into a Tentomon. And yeah, definitely interested in taking out that 5k Kabuterimon with Digitalmon for sure, I think, as I wouldn't particularly feel too threatened. Potentially he could get into an ultimate, but most of the green ultimates only have 6,000. And that is a raw played Palamon, not Tanamon. So we regain 3 memory from attacking with Digitalamon. We will have to pay it back though, so that is a bit of a risk. But we're going to go ahead and get Kabuterimon Digivolved here and see what else we can get. Might be a safe idea to Digivolve into Hercules Kabuterimon. I hate to lose my Digitalamon because he is the combo enabler, but it might be able to protect him a little bit more. If we do that, we pass it over with 1 right now, which is pretty good, and then it would just go to from there. It looks like that is what I'm going to decide to do, so I'll pass it over with 1, and then I'll have to pay back the Digitalamon cost. Or maybe that's what happened. Actually, I've lost track with the with the counter being misaligned. I believe I was at 3, paid 1 to evolve Kabuterimon, and then paid 3 for Hercules Kabuterimon. So I think that should pass it over with, I think, a total of 4. We'll get it right here in a moment. Yes, it looks like it is 4. Okay. Sorry. The counter getting misaligned. Partly my bad, but again, I learned about F10, the F10 key to realign the grid, which is a fantastic thing. So there we see the explanation there in the chat. You can read if you want some more in-depth details. So he's got a total of 4 memory to work with. Unlikely he's going to be, in fact, definitely is not going to be able to build all the way up to a Mega, which is what he would need to do in order to take out my H Kabuteri. He just gets a Kokuamon in the raising area, so that'll put him to 3, I believe. Again, the counter's going to line. Gets a Togemon, so that should, I think, move him to 0, looking for an ultimate, and does get an ultimate. Jagamon. Not a fan of Jagamon myself, but he's a potato boy, and he's pretty cool, too. So I think he is currently at 2, I believe. And thinking about what he wants to do is he's kind of staring down a H Kabuteri, goes ahead and gets into the Jagamon, which will pass it over to me. Jagamon has a also look at the top X cards and maybe evolve ability, except his is when he attacks. So ending the turn with Jagamon, you won't be able to do quite that. So go ahead and use Mimi to go ahead and hatch an additional Tanamon. Unfortunately, do not have a rookie, so that kind of feels bad, but we're going to go ahead and Flower Cannon to rest that Jagamon, and then Hercules Kabuterimon should be able to swing in and activate Pierce as well. Pierce, well, you can kind of see it right there, maybe if I mouse over it long enough. Pierce, of course, when you destroy an opponent's Digimon on the field, you also get to do a security check. So we get a Kokuamon there, and that'll be alright. We're at 0 memory, so we're going to go ahead and swing in at that Jagamon and just make sure the board is locked down. Green's really good at just, picking and choosing board control. Really feels a lot like a Gust of Wind or a Lysander or Pokemon Catcher effect. Here, unfortunately, flip over a Grand Quagamon, so oops. I believe we only had 10k, might have been 11k, but I think it was 10k there. Regardless, Hercules Kabuterimon not able to pay his 3 costs to stand him back up, so instead I'm just going to go ahead and throw down this Goburimon, which I guess is fine in my turn that way. We'll set him to 3 for Mimi, so the 2 cost on Goburimon, a bit of a waste. Would have been better if it was a Palmon or a Tintomon in that specific case, but sometimes the 2 cost was good. Races out of Kokuamon, and I'm still feeling pretty okay. He's got an Ogremon, 4,000 DP Jammer, and that should move him, I think to 1. I think so. Regardless, feeling pretty good right now, as, well, I felt a lot better when I had a Hercules Kabuterimon, but oh well. Plays down a second Mimi, so yikes. Ogremon does, however, only have 4,000 DP, whereas Kabuterimon's got 5,000, so I think roughly here is where I figure out about the realigning the board. Gotta raise out the Kokuamon. Don't have an Ultimate or Mega on board, so Mimi cannot be used to hatch me another egg, unfortunately, but oh well. Oh, yep, here we are. We're, fixed the board. Nice. And now things actually look good. So, we're at 3 memory for Mimi. And now things are a little bit squished in, but hopefully you can still see. Full screen, baby. So, anyway, definitely interested in using this Flower Cannon and then attacking in on the Ogremon to take that out. And that seems to be what we're planning to do. Let's see, I don't believe we Digivolve this turn, so it is just the 5,000, but that's certainly enough. Attacking the field, there's no mysteries there, like there would be attacking security. He's got 4 security, so I think we're going to go ahead and swing in with some of the weenies and see what we can get. Gets waxed by a Rosemon, that's fine. I decided to go ahead and swing in with Kokuamon, kind of sketchy. but oh well. Leaves me with just the Kabuterimon on board. But at the same time, he's down to 2 security, and I'm feeling okay. Once again, I'm kind of forced to make a yikes play, where I pass it over with just 1 from Goburimon, but again, Mimi is able to essentially recover 2 memory from him there. So, not playing very well around the set to 3 effect, but oh well. He won't be able to actually use any of the Mimi other effects because, of course, no Digimon on board. And with 2 security left, and not too much of a board presence, it's definitely looking pretty good for us right now. Will not, I think, be able to... That was just hatch, so... Once again, there we go, bam! Just get a hard cast Grand Kawagamon, why not? Let's see if we can get here, and whew, bless be. Top decks and ultimate, exactly what I needed. So there's a Lilymon, and that's going to transition into a Grand Kawagamon. And now, because we have an ultimate down, we can Mimi to hatch. And I think we should be pretty good here, as we're going to be able to pay 4 for Grand Kawagamon and draw. And we actually already have Dimension Scissors ready to go. Don't, however, have a card to make him rest, so that's a bit unfortunate. You know, I believe I could have actually just... I could actually play the other Mimi and immediately use it, which is probably what I should do. I don't know if that is what I do, or if I just wait. Let's see. I could just hardcast the Lilymon, which would also set him to 3. That wouldn't be too bad either, but yeah, I should probably definitely play down this Mimi right here before I attack in, but I don't. This will technically rest the Grand Kawagamon, but it's not particularly going to matter. He's at 0 security. I could absolutely win the game this turn. Wow, I sure did not win the game this turn. Oh dear. So I just hardcast a Lilymon, set him to 3. Still definitely feeling pretty good. He will probably be able to take out my Grand Kawagamon, but we will have 2 attacks coming in next turn. Yeah, I sure could have just played down that second Mimi there. I believe I had 4 memory left, and then could have tapped Mimi to raise it out and finish the game, but oh well. I didn't see it. That's why we do post-com, so we can see what our silly mistakes were. So he's going to be able to take down my Grand Kawaga here if he so chooses, but we have plenty of security left. So this should just be a formality to wrap up the game, and yep, he definitely picks up on that. And we're going to take the first game 2-0, which is really nice, as match points do matter, or you know, score within the match does matter for standing in the tournament, so nice. Apparently I also forgot to raise last turn. I skipped over that apparently, but I could have also just played the Mimi and won that turn anyway. So there we go. That's going to be it for the first video. Starting off the tournament 1-0 against another green player, so hopefully green can do pretty well. Hopefully we can do pretty well. See you guys for the next one. Later days.